iconic classic. This is the Porsche 911 Carrera. Where'd the engine go? Under the rear hatch here, you're going to find Porsche's 3.6 liter flat six engine. Flat six, what that means is that the pistons are essentially horizontally opposed. That means that the pistons will literally punch back and forth at each other, hence the name they call it a boxer style engine. Any flat style like that is considered a boxer, but everything in here is in factory new condition. It's a very, very fast car, 315 horsepower. It's routed to a 6-speed manual transmission, which is in turn routed to the rear wheels. Ton of low end torque, ton of power on the high end, and there's no question about it. These are probably the highest quality sports cars on the marketplace, and it's a true Porsche 911. Let's take a look. Take a physical walk around the car. You know, if you've seen my previous videos, I like to point out any blemishes on the car. There are actually two that I want to point out. Before I show you on the front here, there is a clear coat bra, a very, very professional installation. Really, until you get up close on the car, you can't even tell it's on there. There are some subpar installations out there that really don't show very well, but you can tell this was very well laminated to the surface. The only thing really to point out is, let me see where if I can find it, this right here. You've got a little, this looks like a larger stone chip. It's on the clear coat, so it's really not, or it's on the clear bra, so it's really not damage on the car, but it is on the bra. Other than that, it's trimmed all the way down here. You can see on the lower part of the bumper here, there's a couple contact spots, but anything you've seen chipped up along here, this is all part of the 3M clear coat on the front, so truly excellent condition across. You've got the xenon headlamps up front, which are a standalone option on the Carrera 2 model. Let's walk around to the driver's side. The second blemish I can show you isn't necessarily damage, it's just a little bit of discoloration in the paint at the tip of my finger there. You might not even be able to see it, it's so minor. Beyond that, there's no other physical compromise on this car. Now, this 911 has an optional 18-inch Carrera wheel, as they call it. We did put a brand new set of P0, Pirelli P0s on the front here. These particular tires are 225/40 ZR18. They were installed by us, so these ones are brand new. The rears have about 60 to 70% on them, and they are a staggered size. Let's just continue down the driver's side, but take a look at the reflection in the panels all the way down the driver's side. Truly excellent. The lower rockers here are also protected with the 3M coating. On the rear here, once again, 18-inch Carrera classic wheel. This actually might even be better than 70%. They feel like 70-80% actually. The wear bars are way in there. There's still the little rubber studs all the way around, so they're still relatively new. Come around to the rear, you got an optional rear wiper. But look at the quality of the rear end on this car. And the bumper's perfect. There's no damage or anything. There's no back end spots, which are pretty common on 911s. You'll see somebody might have backed into a parking bump. These stainless exhaust tips look factory brand new. And let's take a look down the passenger side. Once again, no damage to speak of. The 18-inch wheels are perfect. And one neat thing, talk about attention to detail. In the gas cap here, you can see that they took some of the clear bra and actually lined it right inside the gas cap here and cut it out to here. Obviously protects the car from a gas nozzle if it came in contact, but kind of an ingenious thought. Gorgeous car. Let's take a look in the trunk, or I should say the boot. Take a look in here. You've got the factory Porsche floor mats in excellent condition with black Porsche lettering. They kind of were stuffed in there, so they're a little wrinkled, but they will flatten out just fine. Got miscellaneous fuses from the factory. Rear floor mats as well. Got a 6-disc CD changer from Porsche right here, mounted right up in the trunk, as well as a spare tire. But take a look at the condition in here. It's virtually brand new with ample storage room. Take a look at the driver's seat, the excellent condition here. These bolsters will tend to wear a little bit. I mean, you've got a very, very minor fringe of just wear from people getting in and out of the car. You do have dual power seats. One individual option on both sides is the lumbar adjustment. You don't see that on a lot of cars. 2-position memory right here. You've got your front hatch release as well as your hood release in the rear. But the 911 is one of the most livable high-end supercars, so to speak, performance cars. But very conventional driving position. You don't lay back like you do in a Corvette or a Lamborghini, so to speak. Nice and up front. The car obviously isn't very large, but the seating position is fantastic. You've got very simple controls. Porsche's always been praised for their ergonomics. Just a headlight control here, your signature left side of the steering column ignition switch. This will flip you through the trip computer functions up here, right on the readout there. As we sit, it's 36,569 miles. Very simple layout, great seating position. This seat here, once again, power seats on the passenger side. It doesn't even look like anybody's truly sat in here. A little tiny bit of wear here, but the seat is gorgeous. I mean, you're gonna hear that. It's the great grade of leather. But once again, easy layout. You can see the leather stitching on the dashboard here. It's really a gorgeous layout. Automatic climate control. You got a single disc CD here, as well as a 6-disc CD changer up front. It is a Bose sound system. Great stereo. Below that, I shouldn't say we. The previous owner mounted a Kenwood touchscreen satellite navigation system in here. The thing I like about this being paired up with the factory system here is that these don't interact. The stereo is still its own entity, and the navigation system, if you're not using it, I think you just press and hold this and it'll turn it right off, and out of sight, out of mind, so to speak. 6-speed manual, very low effort clutch, very easy to modulate. Got nice close ratio 6-speed manual. That's an absolute blast to drive. Heated seats for both front passengers, as well as a power moonroof. And take a look at the Alcantara suede headliner. It's absolutely gorgeous. You don't see that often in a Carrera 2. Just to give you an idea, there are rear seats in this car. You've got individual 1 and 2 on the outside. You do have extra storage back here, as well as what they call a parcel shelf, but this is what most people will use it for. These are reinforced here. You can really put a heavy box on here, and you can see the port for the subwoofer in the Bose system. Just want to give you a real taste of what a real flat 6 sounds like. Everything on this car is factory stock, but the sound of a 911 is so unique. That's such a cool sound. You should hear it inside the car. Just show the clutch life. This is so important to buyers, but once I finally, there you go, hit the friction point, comes up perfectly. It's very strong. You can tell this car has not been abused. I didn't have to touch the gas to get the car moving at all. And it doesn't slip at all once you hit it. Another neat feature, and it's hidden down here, is K40 radar built in front and rear. You got your little readouts here. It is very discreetly installed, but likely the best radar system. So we'll keep that on for a quick spin today. We're gonna head out in the 911 just to give you an idea of the quality of this car. Wow. Clutch grabs perfectly. Getting onto a highway on-ramp here. I turned in a little bit, but I mean, there's not a squeak, rattle. We're going about 75 miles an hour on the on-ramp right now. I mean, there's nothing on here I can fault on the car. It drives like brand new. The alignment's dead straight. The brakes are, Porsche brakes are monumental to begin with, but you hear that little downshift there? No hesitation whatsoever. And here I'm cruising along in 6th. Turning about 2,500 RPMs at about 70 miles an hour. Car you could drive daily. But I'll go from 6th to 3rd, just to give you an idea. Wow. Now that's some pretty fierce acceleration, to say the least. My buddy Dave and I are just sitting here looking at the interior details, and if you really look at the installation of this Kenwood monitor, I mean, it fits perfectly. I think I had to fit these just fitment strips over here that almost match the Porsche interior perfectly. High quality, but there's really no gap there. It's all touch screen. It's a really nice system and easy to use, and it's separate from the radio. That is so important. Let's give you a shot at some full-on acceleration. Just idle it in first gear here, but I'll hit it. I'm sure we'll get a little wheel spin. Holy Lord. Wow. I mean, just the thrust. You can't believe it's a 6-cylinder. I don't know how something that smooth. This is the downshift. I mean, the clutch just communicates so well. It's easy to drive. 3rd gear acceleration. Unbelievable. When you consider the quality of a Porsche 911, just the build quality in general, I mean, here, windows open, slam it. It's like a Mercedes-Benz. They're just solid, solid. When you consider the drivability, the efficiency, the usability, the daily driver, you really could use it as a daily driver. Pair it with the performance of a true track car, and the reliability and build quality of a Porsche. There really isn't another car out there at any cost that can compare really with the 911. Granted, it's a unique enough car. People say they're not for everybody. I have to agree, but I'm a huge fan of this car. Got two really important pieces of information here. I've got a copy of the AutoCheck Vehicle History Report. It's squeaky clean. It gets a 95 score, which is very, very high. Just shows a handful of mileage registration events, but no previous accident history. Doesn't really show anything. And it does show that this car had been sold to the previous owner as a certified pre-owned Porsche at 31,000 miles. So that was about 5,000 miles ago. I think the condition of this car speaks volumes for Porsche certification as well. I have a copy as well of the vehicle build sheet from the factory. You got steel gray metallic on black full leather interior. That full leather interior, as you saw the stitching on the dashboard and the Alcantara roof, that's a $3,280 option. Xenon headlamps, 18-inch Carrera wheel, rear window wiper, brake and shifter in carbon and aluminum. I'm sorry, just aluminum. Yes. Bose high-end sound, black floor mats with black Porsche lettering, power seats on both sides, heated front seats on both sides, remote 6-disc CD changer, and the lumbar support on both sides. All in all, the MSRP on this car when brand new is $82,580, and it doesn't show virtually anywhere from being brand new. While I would never really consider it labor, thanks for taking some time to get up close to this 911. It is truly gorgeous, and I'm very envious of whoever buys this car. It's truly in stunning condition, drives like a brand new Porsche, and anyone who has spent some real time behind the wheel of a Porsche 911 would appreciate such a clean, stock Carrera 2. If you have any questions, feel free to contact myself or any one of my partners. We'll be glad to help or answer any questions you may have. Other than that, we'll keep bringing some good, clean cars to the marketplace. Please stay tuned, and we'll see you next time.